Welcome to the Stop Over Drinking and Start Living podcast, where high-achieving, goal-oriented rebel women come to learn how to live a vibrant and fulfilling life without requiring alcohol to get through it. No labels, no judgments, no saying you'll never drink again. Just real proven methods to help you stop rebelling against yourself with alcohol so you can drink less and do more. I'm your host, Angela Mascenik. Let's dig in. Welcome to episode number 202, Taking Chances. Well, hello. Welcome to the podcast. Do I sound really far away? I am. I am in Marrakesh, Morocco, Africa, y'all. And I had meant to record a podcast before I left on this trip, and I forgot. So I'm recording it while I'm here, and I think it's extra special because whenever I travel, my mind gets opened up and I get new ideas, and I think about how I can share things with you in new ways, and this trip is doing all of that. There's so much richness here in so many ways. I can't even begin to describe it. If you want to see what's happening in pictures, go follow me on Instagram at Coach with Angela Mascenik, or on Facebook, but I'm not posting as much there. But on Instagram, it's at Coach with Angela Mascenik. And make sure you follow me there too. But this place is beautiful. Morocco has been on my top 5 travel destination list for probably 5 years. And it's just been really interesting to me. I love the art. I love the spices. I love the colorfulness of it. I love the culture. Like, I've seen it in movies. I've known people that have been there. I've read stories, that have been based here, and I've just been really kind of obsessed with it. And when I had an opportunity to go on this trip with one of my coaches, Susan Hyatt, I was like, yes, instantly. Yes, I'm going. And then I really kind of I was like, yes. And I told her I'm in. And then I freaked out. And I was like, no, I'm not going. Like the next day, I was like, I looked at things. I just have too much going on. I just went to Italy, or I'm going to Italy, or, I had a lot of travel going on at the time when she announced this opportunity. And so I said I wasn't going to go. And then I would go next time, blah, blah, blah. Well, and I was fine with that decision at the time. And then my plans changed for the fall, and my schedule actually opened up, and one of the trips that I was planning on taking wasn't going to happen. And so I mentioned it to my husband. I was like, so this kind of opens things up. And I went and looked at the website for this trip, and there's a sunrise hot air balloon ride in Morocco. Okay. Also, a hot air balloon ride was on my list of things that I wanted to do. I've never done it before. I wrote a list last year for my birthday. Maybe it was earlier this year, of all the things I just wanted to do. And a hot air balloon ride was one of them. And so when she put that up there and my schedule opened up, I'm like, oh my gosh. I told my husband about it, and he was like, you should go. Really, he's like, you should go. You don't know what's going to happen with the pandemic. Somebody could get sick. Things could shut down. You should go. You have the time. You can afford it. Just go. And I was like, you're right. I should. And things can change very quickly, and I should say yes to these opportunities. So I said yes. And here I am in freaking Morocco, y'all, in a beautiful room in this amazing resort with the most amazing people, having the time of my life. I could cry. It is unbelievable. We are on day 3, and I've already done things I've never done in my life, like a hot air balloon ride this morning in the sunset, over the Atlas Mountains, desert, just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. It was not scary at all. I'm scared of heights, and it was so peaceful and so relaxing and so magical. I can't even explain it. So that's not what this episode is about. This episode, though, getting back to the topic, is taking chances. And I took a chance on this trip, right? Like my mind initially was like, no, it's too much. You're too much. Like you don't need to be doing all that shit, right? And I am so glad that I was open to rethinking about it and taking a chance. Yes, it was a financial investment. Yes, I have to, step back from my mothering duties, I don't like to work on these types of trips. So, like, I'm not leading any coaching calls or anything like that. So, I have to ask for support from my team and all of it, right? Like, I have to make it work and to move things and do things differently so I can go do these things. And one of my mentors the other day said this. They said, how many chances have we missed taking? And that stopped me in my tracks. And when I think about y'all who want to change your relationship with alcohol and you don't do it, from either signing up with my program or a chance of not drinking at a social function or following through on the commitment that you made to not drink one night or stopping at one glass, like even those little micro opportunities that you could say yes to having what you want and you don't. Okay, like how many opportunities have you missed taking in your life because your mind tells you it will be too hard, too complicated, that you can't figure it out, all of that stuff. How much, like if you actually pause this podcast and like got your journal out or a notebook and like thought about all of the chances, you're like, no, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. No, 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 no. Okay. How many chances have you like declined for yourself to have an amazing experience or to like up level your life or to change who you think you are, and to the experiences you can have? And I was actually, I just, this kind of question just breaks my mind, right? So when I think about that, I just go like I just immediately compute, go into my past, and I think about the first time that I said yes to myself, and that was investing in life coaching. And I know like I talk about this all the time, and I had to sacrifice and like give up all these things to pay for life coaching, but had I not thought that I was a chance worth taking in my life, I would not be in Morocco right now. Okay. I would not have led hundreds of women through my programs to stop over drinking permanently. I would not have traveled. I would not have met the friends that I have. I would not have this life. I wouldn't live in the house that I am living in now. I wouldn't drive the car that I'm living or that I drive. I wouldn't be saving what I am for my kids' college. Like there's just so much that came back to that one decision that I said yes. I'm going to do this for me. And then after I said yes to that one thing, I was more open to saying yes to other things. And so I've been practicing saying yes versus saying, no, I can't do something. I'm like, what if I could? What if I actually really want to do that? Like, what are my obstacles in figuring this out and doing the things that I actually want to do? It has built up to me saying yes to coming to Morocco. Like me clearing my schedule, me figuring out childcare, me, moving the mountains that I need to move in order to come here didn't just happen overnight. Okay. It's because I've set up my life to be like a yes life, that I can do these things with really not much like infrastructure change, right? Like my husband and I have an awesome sort of like relationship in that he travels independently, I travel independently, and we have each other's back when we do this stuff. But it's a system that we've kind of developed over time that we can just push the button on and know what to do. Like it doesn't take a lot of work for us to just like pick up the slack when the other person is going. Okay. So I'm able to come into Morocco now and totally relax and not worry about a thing. So it's like we've built it up so that like I'm like, yeah, I'm in Morocco. I was in Italy 6 weeks ago. And for some outsiders, that might just be like, how in the hell do you do that? And it's because I say yes to things. And I've built my systems and my life in place that it's not a total upheaval for me to do these things. So I get to go see sunrises and hot air balloons, and I get to go on safari and whatever other magical thing that we're doing on this trip. And I just want you to really think about that question. Like, what are you saying no to that maybe you could consider saying yes to? Like, what do you want to say yes to? This podcast is about changing your relationship with alcohol. And I would not be here had I not said yes to that. Okay. Had I not done the hard work of being uncomfortable in social situations and working through urges and changing how I think about my relationships and my friendships and my identity around alcohol and putting in that time and effort and energy into doing that opened me up to setting myself up to have experiences like I'm having now. Okay, like all of the steps and the work and the dedication that I've done, for the past 4.5, 5 years has led me to this point. And I tell you what, it was worth every single decision, every single amount of emotion that I had to experience, all of the tears, all of the hard stuff, all of the rejection that I get on a daily basis, all of that stuff is worth you going big. Like these experiences that I get to live in. I get to have a wish for my life and go actually live it. And I want you to believe that this is possible for you too. And I know sometimes hearing me talk about that, like I make it sound really easy, and it's not. Like I don't want to paint a picture for you that it's like it's so easy and it's so magical and everything, even though this trip does feel like that. But there was a lot of tears and work and sweat equity and, negotiations with my family and my kids and how this is going to look like leading up to making me like, oh yeah, we can take off here and there. Like I can go to Morocco for a week. Pete, you can go to Italy for a week and 2 months from now, like we got it figured out now, but it does take some effort and energy to get here. And now you get to enjoy that, right? It's the same thing with alcohol. It's like, you have to be willing to do some hard work in the beginning to change your relationship with alcohol. And then they just have to maintain, right? So when I think about comparing that to like physical fitness, say, people that are just fit now, that have muscles and like have the body composition that they enjoy, they don't have to go work out for hours a day, right? They just maintain by maybe doing like 30, 45-minute workouts a few times a week just to maintain. But to get to where they are now, you might have to make some diet changes. You might have to work out extra hard. You might have to really work on your sleep patterns. Like there could be a lot of energy put into it. But once you kind of get to where you want to be, then you can maintain it. It's not so hard. Is that making sense? So getting back to the topic of this podcast episode is like, what chances have you not said yes to, like, or how many opportunities are you saying no to? And what if you could change that? What if you were willing to put in a little work to get that end result? Would you take it? Would you do it? Would you say yes to it? And our brain and the way we're programmed wants to say no because it doesn't want to feel uncomfortable. And I just want you all to know that. Like your mind is going to say, this is going to be hard and this is going to be challenging and you might fail and all of that stuff. And that can be true. And you can learn how to work through that and you can learn how to use your mind to benefit from you or benefit from the work and the challenges that you put it up against. And so if you want to change your relationship with alcohol, I would like to invite you that you can start doing that right now. Today, you can decide, I'm going to stick to my drink plan. Today, you can decide, I'm going to work through these urges today. There's no better time to start doing what you want to do than right now. So say yes to the opportunity that's in front of you today. Okay, start small. Maybe you could say yes to sticking to your drink plan today. Maybe you could say yes to not drinking today. Maybe you could say yes to, getting to bed earlier and drinking your water and maybe like getting outside for 30 minutes. Like there's little micro yeses that you can say yes to that if you do those things consistently, you will have a totally different life in 6 months from now. And it's the same thing with long-term changes that you want to see in your life. If you want to be somebody that travels independently from your family or goes on big adventures and you can't figure out how to do that, how can you start adventuring right now? What are some little adventures that you can do today? Like, could you go in a woods walk? Could you go on a hike? Could you get your bike out of the garage and put some air in the tires and go? Like, what can you start doing right now? This is how I think about anything that I want to sort of bring into my life. I'm like, okay, I want that thing someday, but what can I do today to get there? And that takes being willing to say yes to the opportunity that is right in front of you right now. It's not waiting for an opportunity in the future to say yes to it. It's saying yes to the opportunity that's in front of you right now. And I want to invite you to do that. I want to invite you to say yes to the opportunity that's in front of you right now. And I am offering you right now an opportunity to come work with me, to join my 6-month Stop Over Drinking and Start Living coaching program so that you can get there faster and have more fun doing it and give yourself an opportunity at success, right? And if you resonate with me, you are inspired by me, you want to have the relationship with alcohol that me and my clients get to experience, then I want you to come in right now because I have a few spots left for a very high touch opportunity to work with me. And that includes a monthly private phone call where we connect and work on your goals towards your relationship with alcohol. You get to join the 6-month coaching program. So you get all of the sort of the self-study, the monthly workbooks and the monthly videos. You get to come to the group coaching calls and apply the coaching that I'm giving to other people and get coaching in those calls yourself. Any special classes that I'm teaching inside that program. We have at least 10 live calls a month that you can join. And at this spot that I have about 5 spots left, you can come be with me in person for an in-person retreat in Chapel Hill, North Carolina in the first week of March of 2023. So it's a high touch, high accountability, super fun way to work with me. And I have only 5 spots left and they will probably go within the next month. So if you're interested in that, click the link in this podcast episode, fill out an application. Make sure you watch the 3 videos on that website to understand exactly what this program is and what it's not and get the details of that. And then click the button in the application that says 6-month gold standard program plus VIP. Okay, and then if you're a good fit for the program, we will set up a call, a personal call on the phone where you and I will talk about it and make a decision together if this higher level, more intimate coaching relationship with me is a good fit for us. And I can't wait to see who says yes to that, who says yes to this opportunity that I'm offering you right now that probably won't exist like this ever again. I am actually on this retreat that I'm on thinking about changing my offerings. And so I don't even know if my current 6-month program is going to be available after December of this year. So if you want in on the basic 6-month coaching program or this elevated, high-touch, personal, monthly private call and the retreat thing, if you want that, you got to get your applications in now. All right, my friends, say yes to yourselves. Stop denying yourselves an opportunity to up-level and to live a vibrant, beautiful, sometimes painful, colorful rainbow experience of a life that you have been gifted. I love you. Thank you for being here every week, and we'll talk to you soon.